February 2023. A single tweet. A wrong answer about the James Webb Space Telescope. $100 billion. Gone. In one day. Google stock crashed. Investors panicked. Headlines scream, "Is this the end of Google?" The company that literally invented the AI technology everyone was using was getting humiliated by a startup. Their own engineers, the very people who created the transformer architecture that powers ChatGPT, were leaving to join competitors. Reports surfaced that Sundar Pichai might get fired. And honestly, the world was laughing. But here's what nobody saw coming. Fast forward to today, and Google just pulled off what might be the greatest comeback in Silicon Valley history. Gemini 3 is now topping every single leaderboard. Sam Altman, yes, the CEO of OpenAI, publicly praised it. So, what the hell happened? In this video, I'm going to break down the secret weapon Google had that nobody was paying attention to. And no, it's not just money. The man behind Gemini's philosophy, a chess prodigy who bought his first computer at age 8 with chess winnings. Why Google is on top now. And the dark side nobody's talking about, how Google is destroying itself as we know it. Stick around till the end, because what I'm about to reveal about the future of AI will genuinely change how you think about the next decade. Let's get into it. The mastermind, who is Demis Hassabis? Before we dive into how Google made this comeback, you need to understand who is behind it. Demis Hassabis. Born July 27, 1976 in London. A child prodigy who became a chess master by age 13 with an ELO rating of 2,300. He captained England's junior chess teams. At just 8 years old, he bought his first computer, a ZX Spectrum 48K, using money he won from chess tournaments. He taught himself programming from books. He went on to study computer science at Cambridge, then earned a PhD in cognitive neuroscience from UCL, postdoc research at Harvard, MIT. But here's where it gets interesting. In 2010, Hassabis co-founded DeepMind with Shane Legg and Mustafa Suleyman. Their mission? Bold. Solve the problem of intelligence. Google acquired DeepMind in 2014. This is not just some corporate executive. This is someone who's been building toward artificial general intelligence for decades. Idea and urgency behind Gemini. Now let's rewind to the moment everything almost fell apart. Late 2022. OpenAI launches ChatGPT. And it doesn't just launch, it explodes. Fastest growing consumer app in history. 100 million users in 2 months. Inside Google? Panic. This wasn't just a competitor. This was a direct attack on Google's 20-year search monopoly. For the first time ever, Google's core search business, the source of most of its revenue, was facing an existential threat. Google declared an internal emergency. Code red. They had the talent. They had the research. They had everything, except a product people could use. So what did they do? They rushed. To handle this, Google consolidated its two major AI research groups, Google Brain and DeepMind, into a unified entity called Google DeepMind, led by Demis Hassabis. This move was explicitly intended to focus world-class research, engineering, and infrastructure on building a frontier model, the project that would become Gemini. But it wasn't a smooth ride. Remember the comedy I mentioned? The disaster, Bard's catastrophic launch. February 6, 2023. Google announces Bard, their answer to ChatGPT. March 21, 2023. They launch it publicly. And in the very first demo ad, the one meant to show the world Google was back, Bard gave a factually wrong answer about the James Webb Space Telescope. The result? $100 billion wiped from Alphabet's market cap in a single day. And honestly, investors weren't wrong to panic. The bot was terrible. Meanwhile, while all this was happening, OpenAI was releasing new models back-to-back. New players like xAI, Anthropic, Meta, everyone was leaping far ahead of Google. Google's stock was crashing like crazy. The core AI team, the very people who invented the transformer architecture, were leaving Google to join other AI companies. The entire world was treating it like a joke. The situation was so bad that some reports even suggested CEO Sundar Pichai might get fired. This phase was characterized by the inconsistent and dry results that led to the early criticism. While it had real-time web access, its reasoning, accuracy, and creative outputs were generally considered weaker than the leading competitors ChatGPT and Claude. In May 2023, Google upgraded Bard to use the PaLM 2 model. This was a significant improvement, enhancing Bard's multilingual, reasoning, and coding capabilities, closing much of the gap with its rivals. But it was not that AI that they were looking for. The Gemini Upgrade. But then came December 2023. The Bard era ended, and the Gemini era began. This wasn't just a rebrand, it was an engine swap. Unlike ChatGPT, which was trained on text and learned images later, Gemini was natively multimodal. It was designed from day one to see, hear, and speak simultaneously. On February 8, 2024, Google rebranded its AI chatbot Bard to Gemini. The bard.google.com URL redirected to gemini.google.com immediately. This wasn't just marketing. It was a signal. The old Google AI is dead. This is something new. The name change was simply the final step to stop the perception struggle. The Bard name was associated with its weaker performance era. Align the power. It made no sense to call the product one thing, Bard, when its most powerful engine was called something else, Gemini. From the older PaLM 2 model to the new Gemini Pro 1.0 model, I showed promising results, with the launch of Gemini 1.0 marking a milestone where the model surpassed many state-of-the-art benchmarks, particularly in multimodal reasoning and coding tasks. The December 2023 update introduced image generation powered by Google's Imagen 2 model. The turnaround. Version by version. Phase 1. The long context breakthrough. Gemini 1.5 series. February 2024. Announcement. May 2024. The introduction of the Gemini 1.5 models, Pro and Flash, brought a revolutionary change. The long context window of 1 million token context window, later expanded to 10 million in preview. To put that in perspective, 1 million tokens mean you can process a 1,500-page book, 30,000 lines of code, an hour of video, all at once. This allowed Gemini to analyze entire code bases, research papers, or video lectures in a single prompt. No other model could do this at the time. Phase 2. Gemini 2.0 series. Gemini 2.0 Flash. January 30th, 2025 new default model introducing improved performance and efficiency. Gemini 2.0 Pro. February 5th, 2025 advanced model for more high-speed, low-cost. 2.5 flashlight, ultra-cost-efficient. Nano Banana, Gemini 2.5 Flash Image Advanced Conversational Image Generation. Phase 4. The era of agentic intelligence, Gemini 3.0 series. November 18, 2025, rollout begins, the big leap. This is the current, cutting-edge phase, focused on creating AI that can handle complex, multi-step workflows and act as a sophisticated agent. The latest and most powerful model outperformed major competitors on several benchmarks, including OpenAI's GPT-5 Pro. Gemini 3, which is now topping every leaderboard. DeepThink, an even more advanced version designed to push the limits of deep reasoning for researchers and experts. The goal. The ultimate aim of the Gemini 3.0 era is to enable the model to better understand goals, access external tools, like search, code execution, and apps, and carry out multi-stage plans autonomously. Advanced visual reasoning and 4K image generation. Nano Banana Pro introduced Gemini 3 Pro Image, aka Nano Banana Pro. This model brings the flagship reasoning power to visual tasks. Just look at the stats. Google recently launched Gemini 3, and it's already beating almost every competitor on nearly every benchmark. In fact, its capabilities are so advanced that Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, publicly praised it. How good Gemini is. In what ways is Gemini different from the other large language? According to the CEO of Google DeepMind, Demis Hassabis, the Gemini system was designed from the start to be multimodal, capable of processing language, audio, video, images, code, and more. This multimodality helps the system better understand the world and build improved world models by grounding knowledge beyond just language. Additionally, Gemini introduced innovations in memory, enabling it to hold very long contexts, up to 1 to 2 million tokens, words, at once. This lets the model process massive inputs like entire books, videos, or lectures and respond to complex queries by referencing that information. At the time Gemini was developed, it was the only model with these multimodal and memory capabilities, though others are now attempting to catch up. Demis Hassabis highlights the need for better benchmarks in AI, noting that existing academic ones are becoming saturated and don't capture subtle differences between leading models. They identify 3 frontier models: Gemini, OpenAI's GPT, and Anthropic's Claude. Other notable models from Meta, Mistral, and others excel in different areas depending on use. Claude is strong in coding, GPT excels at reasoning, and Gemini leads in memory, long context handling, and multimodal understanding. How tables turned. Gemini struggled a lot in the start. But today, the tables have completely turned. But here is the trillion-dollar question. How? How did Google come back from the dead? To understand this, we have to look at the oil wars of the 1970s. In AI, just like in geopolitics, to become a superpower, you need 3 things: oil reserves, the raw material; refineries, processing capability; pipelines and diplomacy, distribution. Saudi Arabia had all 3, became a superpower. Venezuela had 1, went bankrupt. The AI race follows the exact same pattern. Training data equals oil. Compute power equals refineries. Distribution equals pipelines. This data comes in different forms. LLMs, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, need mostly text data. Image models, Midjourney, DALL-E, need image data. Video models, Sora, VO3, need video data. So where do these companies get this data from? Mainly 3 sources. 1. Internal sources, their own apps and platforms. 2. Internet scraping. 3. Paid data deals/partnerships. Let's see where each major AI company stands. OpenAI/Anthropic rely on scraping and partnerships. No own data source. xAI, Grok leverages real-time X, Twitter data. Meta has a goldmine, Instagram plus Facebook. Every day, billions of posts, reels, stories, comments, endless fresh text, image, and video data. But Google, world's largest search engine, every website indexed. YouTube, largest video platform on Earth. Google Images, largest image repository. Google Maps, street-level data of the planet. Google Books, 40 million scanned books. Google Scholar, translate, news, podcasts, Android, Chrome. No one even comes close. Google also signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Reddit, real human discussions and opinions. OpenAI also signed with Reddit. So yeah, in training data, oil reserves, Google wins by a landslide. Compute power, the refineries of AI. Compute has 2 parts, chips and cloud infrastructure. Chips, GPUs/TPUs. Every AI company, Meta, xAI, Microsoft, Anthropic, OpenAI, is completely dependent on NVIDIA for chips. That's why NVIDIA's valuation crossed $4 trillion. But Google? Google is the only company that is not dependent on NVIDIA, uses its own TPUs built years ago, and has Google Cloud Platform. All of Google's models, Gemini, search algorithms, VO3, etc., run on TPUs. Google still offers NVIDIA GPUs on Google Cloud Platform for customers whose code is optimized for CUDA, but internally, they run everything on TPUs. Cloud infrastructure. Training massive models requires thousands of chips running 24/7 in giant data centers. Most companies must build their own XAI, Meta spending billions, or partner. OpenAI gave Microsoft Equity Plus exclusive cloud rights for Azure access. Google already has Google Cloud Platform, third largest cloud in the world. Data centers ready to go. Zero extra cost. Winner, Google. Distribution, the pipelines and diplomacy. Having the best oil and refineries means nothing if you can't get the product to consumers. When ChatGPT launched, OpenAI had first mover advantage. But today, performance across ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and Gemini is nearly identical. When models reach parity, distribution becomes everything. Other AI companies must build distribution from scratch. Google. Android, 3 billion devices. Chrome, most used browser. Google Search, 90% plus market share. YouTube, Gmail, Workspace, Photos. Google can integrate Gemini into products that already reach billions of people. Remember what happened to Zoom? First mover advantage during COVID. Then Microsoft Teams and Google Meet integrated into existing ecosystems and crushed it. Same story, same outcome. Today, the same advantage belongs to Google and AI. Let's talk about the other side of picture. How Google's AI overhaul is eating the internet alive. Now here's the part Google doesn't want you to think about. Every war has collateral damage. And in this case, the damage is the internet itself. AI is ruining search. You Google something simple, and now you must navigate a list of ads and an unsolicited AI summary before finding actual results. This isn't just an annoyance. It's fundamentally killing Google search, devastating companies, and sparking lawsuits. At the center of this shift is what Google calls the Search Generative Experience, SGE, known to users as the AI Overview box. A search like, how to change a flat tire, once yielded top tutorials. Now, it presents a large AI summary occupying the top third of the screen, pushing the best sources out of immediate view. Between the bulky AI block and increased ads, users often must scroll once or twice to reach the first organic search result. Google's own features are actively crowding out the useful information users seek. Also, forums like Reddit can be valuable for those who can filter information. The AI's inability to do so reliably poses a significant risk. While frustrating for users, this change is catastrophic for publishers and content creators. Websites are reporting dramatic drops in traffic as users read the AI summary and never click through. Pages featured in AI summaries are seeing click-through rates fall by approximately 35%. The real-world impact is devastating. This major news site saw monthly unique visitors from Google fall by 40% in 1 year, from 134 million to 80 million. Chegg, the education tech company, experienced a cratering of organic traffic, leading to a 24% quarterly revenue drop, $6.1 million loss, and a 90% collapse in its stock value. Their CEO publicly blamed Google's AI for unfairly using their content to keep users on Google's page. For decades, Google enjoyed a search monopoly, greater than 90% market share. Then came genuine competitors: ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, and Grok. Google, fearing it was losing ground, rushed to integrate AI into its core product. This creates a critical paradox. Other AI models makes money from premium subscriptions. Google's model makes money from search ads, over 76% of its $230+ billion revenue in 2023. If users read the AI summary and leave, the ad-based model collapses. The consequences are mounting. 1. Declining dominance. Google's global search market share has dropped below 90% for the first time since 2015, 89.99% as of late 2024/early 2025. Competitors like Bing and DuckDuckGo, prized for its clean, AI-free experience, are gaining ground. 2. Legal action. Publishers are fighting back. Companies like Chegg and Penske Media Corporation have filed lawsuits and antitrust complaints, arguing Google uses their content without compensation. A trap of their own making. Google is now trapped between financial dependence on intrusive ads, an obsession with implementing AI to compete with other models like ChatGPT. The result is a broken search experience. Until then, the very features meant to secure Google's future are actively destroying its present. What do you think? Has AI ruined your search experience? Let us know in the comments. Warning: the future. Demis Hassabis' vision. So where does this all lead? Demis Hassabis is optimistic, but warns that advanced AI poses serious risks, comparable to climate change. His timeline for AGI, artificial general intelligence, AI as smart as humans across all tasks, is 5 to 10 years away. What's needed? Improvements in reasoning, memory, and real-world understanding. His prediction for 10 years from now? AGI will trigger a golden age of scientific progress, breakthroughs in energy, medicine, materials, and fields we can't yet imagine. On jobs, AI will transform work dramatically but create new opportunities. His advice to students? Learn AI now. Don't wait. So 2 years ago, Google was a punchline. Today, they are probably on top. Data, compute, distribution, they have all three. And now they have Demis Hassabis steering the ship toward AGI. But here's the question nobody's asking. At what cost? Its AI overviews are killing publishers. The open web is dying. And Google is stuck between its ad-driven past and its AI-powered future. This isn't just a business story. This is the story of how the internet, and maybe the world, is about to change forever. Drop a comment below. And if this video helped you understand what's really happening in AI, hit subscribe, because the next few years are going to be insane.